Hi, I'm Kawai Bernard, and it is with great pleasure that I speak to you today on the role and importance of security policy and audit in information system management. We'll look at, as said by Stephanie Napo, Internet of Things without security equals Internet of Threats. What it pretty much means, it points to Internet of Things is putting, well, devices connected to the internet, communicating with with other devices. Similarly, putting your information into information systems, which would pretty much be connected to networks, it opens up yourself to security. If it's a case that you do not, to threats, sorry, if it's a case that you do not consider security measures to counter these risks. In this session, we'll be focusing on what is security. So we'll try to define security. We'll focus on why is security important. After which we move into understanding security policies, the features of security policies. We look at the roles of security policies. We'll then move into audit. So what is an audit? Why conduct an audit? And the importance of security audits. Now, in the context of information systems, security is defined as any policy, procedures, or technical measures put in place to prevent data from being accessed by unauthorized persons, from theft, alterations, that's changes, or other physical damage. An example of security is pretty much you're logging into a system, you're entering your username, I'm asking you now to enter a password. So a system login requirement is an example of a system security measure. Now, why is security important? Security is important because it is implemented as a safeguard against the following risks: hacks, unauthorized access, data loss. Now, a good security measure promotes the following principles: confidentiality. So data in an information system may contain trade secrets, it may contain other sensitive, it may otherwise be of a sensitive nature. Therefore, you wouldn't want that to fall in the wrong hands. This speaks to unauthorized disclosure. So confidentiality, you wouldn't want your information to fall into the wrong hands. So someone who is not authorized to have access to your information. Integrity. So modification of data may affect important decisions. Therefore, unauthorized changes would pose a serious risk to your business. Speaks to integrity. I will focus now on availability. Availability is pretty much saying you have stored your information on your system. It should be there when you go back to use your information. So it should be there on demand. So it should be available to you when you go back wishing to access your information, ready to share with someone who is authorized to view, or it's just a case of you going back there to make an informed decision. So no one should be able to go in your system and delete your information. Your information should not be otherwise lost. Now, these principles are starting to be the CIA triads. CIA triads. We'll get into that in a bit. Now we'll try to understand the security policies. As it says here, security policies consist of statements ranking information risks, identifying acceptable security goals, and identifying the mechanisms for achieving these goals. Security policies are designed to guide the behavior of companies' employees with regards to security of company information and IT systems. These policies support the CIA triad that we have spoken to before, so it should support confidentiality, integrity, and availability of your information. It defines the who, what, and why regarding the desired behavior, and they play an important role in the organization's overall posture. Security policies prevent and mitigate security breaches to make your security policy truly effective, updated in response to changes in your company, new threats, conclusions drawn from previous breaches, and other changes to your security posture. So if it's a case that you have had a breach before, you'll go ahead now, you'd actually change your security policies to match, to remedy the problem that you have had before. Or if it's a case that you have actually identified breaches, or well, is a case where you have now decided to change your posture, your approach towards security, you'd actually be required to modify your security policies. An example of a security policy would be all users must change their passwords twice per year. So you're logging in, you have created this password at January, in say about March or somewhere midway through June, you're asked to once more change your password again in November. So you, as your system, as the company management would be deciding how best to mitigate against passwords being lost or someone having access to somebody else's account by changing the passwords. That would be one measure of one example of a security policy. Important to note also, a security policy can be a statement. It can exist as a single statement. It can also exist as a collection of statements. Moving on, we're focusing on the features of security policies. So as it says here, security policies, it should be information security policies define what is required of an organization's employee from a security perspective. Information security policies reflect the risk appetite of an organization's management and should reflect the managerial mindset when it comes to security. So it should pretty much mirror what your organization stands for in regards to security. Information security policies provide direction upon which a control framework can be built to secure the organization against external and internal threats. So you have one internal threat being employees may actually leave their passwords written down somewhere. Someone may have actually seen their passwords. So hence you put in the measure, as mentioned before, change your passwords regularly. Information security policies are a mechanism to hold individuals accountable for compliance with expected behaviors with regards to information security. And finally, information security policies are a mechanism to support an organization's legal and ethical responsibilities. So for example, you are a company, your company is operating within the healthcare sector. Under the healthcare sector, there is one act, that's the HPAA. What it says is that the company is responsible for maintaining the privacy of its clients' information. And that is very important, as failure to actually abide by this act brings forward legal actions for the organization. And well, your company should aim not to have that. Moving on, we will focus now on the roles of security policies. So security policy determines acceptable use of the firm's information resources. It also determines which user can access information resources. So we go back to the who under the CIA triad. Well, not the CIA triad, but under security policies, as mentioned before, it determines the who has access to this system and what they have access to. Security policies will hold individuals accountable for compliance with expected behavior with regards to information security. And security policies will support an organization's legal and ethical responsibilities. Now we move into the second segment of this presentation. We'll be focusing on security audits. An audit in the context of security systems is an evaluation of the security of a company's information system. Now, this is done to measure how well it conforms to a set of established criteria. As it says here, an audit of an information system examines a firm's overall security environment as well as controls governing information systems. An audit is done to identify any deficiencies that put the customer at risk of a security breach. Now, why would you be required to conduct an audit? Security systems are audited to find errors that exist in the firm's information system, which may allow it allows a solution to be developed. So there is a breach in your system. You would not just be looking at the system. You very well may not be able to look at the system and pick up on this breach. So this is why you'll conduct an audit to actually find the breach so you can actually put forward a solution to that problem. Now, through audits, you are able to identify potential threats, risks and threats that are most likely to affect your organization. It may make make more efficient security decisions. It may allow you to make more efficient security decisions based on data analysis from the audit. So you are given information that you can actually be able to analyze to see how you can actually improve on your system. It ensures that staff are correctly following security protocols. So in an audit, you'll be able to see if the staff members are doing what they're supposed to do in regards to security. You're able to use findings from the audit to create and implement new security policies and procedures. Again, we have actually covered on this before, so we're saying that you are able to create and implement. So based on the audit, you have identified problems, and you can actually now tailor your solution or improvement your security system to remedy those problems. Moving on, we'll focus on the importance of audits. So audits will keep sensitive data protected. Obviously, if you're maintaining your security system, you're doing your audits, you're following up on the problems, you're seeing the breaches, you have actually put forward solutions to those, it will actually keep your data protected. Through audits, you're able to identify security loopholes and ensure the level of security required for the type of data is implemented. So you may be storing low-level data, so you probably would be thinking, oh, I don't need to, this is not top secret. So you will decide whether or not you want to implement new measures to actually protect the data. If it's obviously trade secrets or otherwise sensitive information, such as maybe government information, you wouldn't want that to be falling in the wrong hands. Therefore, you improve on it, on your security policies, your security measures to ramp up security. Again, through audits, you're able to keep the organization on top of current and new security practices. So technology improves, and as technology improves, security very well needs to improve. And as such, you do audits to actually find out how best you can actually, what is new, what new threat is there, and you increase your security to match that threat. So the threat was not something you had considered when you had actually implemented your security system. Therefore, doing an audit, it gives you a chance now to go back and make changes to protect against this new threat. It identifies potential risks. Audit will actually give your company, the management and staff, and also, of course, your customers, a kind of peace of mind, because knowing that your security is that your system is actually up to date, it's doing what it's supposed to do, obviously you'll get some bit of ease from that. No, I thank you for your attention. I appreciate it. I do hope you have a good day. Goodbye.